What is up, future millionaires? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Ellie, aka Ellie Talks Money, your favorite business coach. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about, is now a good time to start an Airbnb? I'm going to share with you some reasons why it is, and I'm going to share with you some reasons why it might not be. All right, so you don't want to miss this. This is real honest feedback from an Airbnb doer. I do Airbnb, I own real estate, and I want to share with you guys if and why now is or is not a good time. So grab your notebook, grab a pen, and let's get into these gems.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
All right, y'all, welcome into the video. So we're going to be talking about if now is a good time to start your Airbnb. And I'm really excited to bring this topic to you all because you know that on my channel, I'm always helping y'all to start and scale your business so you can build passive income. And Airbnb is a great passive income stream that can help you build another business if you would like to, or just simply be a great additional stream of income. So I'm going to give you guys the real, right? On one side, it is a good time to start Airbnb. It's always a good time. On another side, right now, there are some things we have to consider that make it a little bit more of a challenging time to start with Airbnb. So let's dive into the reasons why not to right now. Number one, interest rates are going up. The Feds just hiked interest rates another 0.75%, which is like a lot. And that just happened last week in September 2022. So considering those things, it is going to be more expensive to buy a home. It is going to be more expensive to get a loan if you want to use a loan to start your Airbnb. And overall, anything that has to do with money could be a little more pricey. Connected to this, rents are going up, okay? Inflation is on the rise because here's the correlation, right? Interest rates are going up, which means that landlords and property owners who own these apartments, even if you decide to get your Airbnb without owning and do the rental arbitrage method that I show you, landlords who own these buildings are now facing higher interest rates, which means what? In order for them to cover their payments on these buildings, they're probably going to need to raise the rents on the buildings, which means that you, as the up-and-coming Airbnber who is looking to secure rent for these places, may have to pay a higher rent amount. Now, of course, that'll lead to higher daily Airbnb rates as well, but when things like inflation happen, it's typically harder for people to afford their rent and etc. So that's definitely something we want to think about when it comes to doing Airbnb, the Airbnb rental arbitrage way. That is such a tongue twister. So definitely something to consider is interest rates going up, which means that rents could be going up. Now, I want to share with you guys some ways that you can still counter this. So if you do need to secure funding in order to get your first unit, you can still look at fixed rate loans, okay? So while there are going to be variable rate interest loans, which most are, you can get fixed rate loans from places like the SBA, PNC Bank, or other banks, Blue Vine as well, and you simply ask for that product. So what that'll do is ensure that even if the Feds, hike interest another 2%, which we really hope they don't do that, your fixed rate loan is going to stay at the rate you got it today, okay? Now, another thing that is going to help you to negotiate lower rents is to have stronger credit, and if you do it in your business name, to be able to show that your business can support these rents, okay? So you are able to negotiate things like a reduced security deposit, sometimes even a free month of rent if you come to the table with improved credit, and if you come to the table with, a solidified business or business credit that you can use. So two ways that you can kind of beat those, unfortunate circumstances as to why Airbnb may not be good right now are fixed rate loans, having better personal credit, and having better business credit so you can negotiate, okay? Now, on the other end of things, here's two reasons why I believe it's still a good time to get Airbnb and why it will always be a good time to get Airbnb. And that is because even despite the fact that there is some inflation and people are slowly losing their jobs, people are still traveling, right? So that's what's interesting about this, upcoming recession. Some people believe it's a recession, some people believe it's don't. And the reason is it really hasn't gotten to the point where people are like losing jobs left and right the way that the recession in 2008 happened. People are still traveling, people are still buying. Slow things are progressing where you hear about companies doing sales, you hear about companies laying off, 1,000 people, but it's not all happening at once. So this is still a good time because, like I said, people are still traveling, people still want a vacation. Now we're getting into the holidays, which is going to be a huge time to get into Airbnb because not only are more people traveling, but you're also able to raise your price because people want to be in spaces where they can have all their family in one place. And typically that's more preferred in an Airbnb than in a hotel, okay? Now, connected to this is that the tourism is rising in the United States, but as well, I shared with you guys in another video, which I will make sure is linked down below, how and why you should start an international Airbnb. So tourism is not only happening here, but it's happening other places, and that's not gonna stop, right? So having Airbnbs in places like the Dominican Republic, Italy, Germany, right? South Africa, Ghana, places that you can track are experiencing more people visiting is going to be another great way to make really good profit. Now, another reason why Airbnb is going to be good for right now is the fact that there are lots of sales happening on furniture, home decor. This is another benefit to things like recessions or inflation and some economic stability, is that a lot of stores and companies need to make sure they offload their inventory to recoup cash. So that means there are lots of sales, okay? So with that being said, you are in a position to get great decor, to get some beds, to get some couches, to get little stools, chairs for 20 to 30% less than what you may have paid 4 or 5 months ago. So it's definitely something to think about. Even if you're planning on starting your Airbnb 6 months from now, if you decide to plan early and grab some things while you can and set them in storage, you're putting yourself at an advantage where maybe you're getting them for a lot less than they may be down the road, right? So that's another reason that it's still a good time, in my opinion, to do Airbnb, and truly, you should get in while you can. Another reason that I want to add to this is that no matter what, the markets will always correct, okay? So something that has really helped myself to earn money, as well as many millionaires that I know and study, getting in when the market is low, when everyone else is running away, is the time to get in. And it seems counterintuitive, but one thing I learned from Warren Buffett is when everyone is doing it, don't do it. When everyone is avoiding it, jump in right then. Because most people are going to follow the trends, and if they're afraid that it won't work, they're not going to jump in, which means it leaves an open market and reduced prices for you to jump right in and get that advantage, okay? So I have shared with you guys a lot of videos on Airbnb, how to make your first 10K, how to do it in your business name, so many things on my channel. So I'll make sure those are linked down below as well. But I wanted to really bring you guys this so that you can make your decision, considering the pros and the cons that I've shared, what is going to be the best option for you, all right? So comment down below any questions you have on this, and I can definitely make a part 2 if that'll be great, all right? Always a pleasure. Your favorite business coach signing out. Click down below, join the next video, and I'll see y'all there.